No, the whole point of the camels isn't because they're strong. It's
They
because
got
they have
spiky
spikes.
boys.
They have
Why do you
spikes.
think bears have fucking huge ass claws, bro?
Oh, because
These are
they run like
shape-shifting
this.
Alright, so this is what you do, Tyler. You go outside. You get some.
No, I don't know what
spray
that
paint.
is.
That's what the heck?
That's a
Oh,
bro,
shit.
What?
We're too busy writing Excel spreadsheets.
What do you say? This visible array of shit.
Alex,
I want to stomp a newbie.
Alex has messaged me asking to play new players so that he can win the Queensland GT.
No,
so
I
that he
did
can
not.
remain-
Yeah, my man.
Oh, baby.
You had man. I can't use them if I think they're negative for the game. I'm still going to use the tools at my disposal.
Hey, new boys.
I love that.
Ah!
There's the man who won't grudge me round one.
Oh.
Pop that, Jacob. Suck a dick.
I have the book. I do have the book, but I haven't read it.
I'm sorry.
Have you heard of
Have you heard
Agincourt,
of
Jay?
Agincourt? The English longbowman, the Battle of Hastings, William the Conqueror with his bow archers.
You just get a Gandalf the white and you spray it white, and it's done.
Done.
You
This
paint
is-
your first model.
And you want to know the best bit? Shadowfax? Phone call.
Did you know, Jay, that when they captured English bowmen, they cut off their two fingers?
Their raw fingers? 'Cause they
And
were
that's
so
why
big.
this is an insult, because the French would say, "Oh, I got my fingers." That is a myth that is not true, but I really wish it was true.
AOL is bad. All you do is walk up to it and then you kill it in combat. And then as long as you don't leave gaps for bats and spiders to just pop behind your line and kill your heroes, trash army list. There you go.
Fucking hell.
Don't-
What scenario was it? I missed it.
Fog of War.
Fog of War.
Hot take. Tyler's an Australian resident.
I'm a fucking citizen, you dick.
It's arigato gozaimasu, mate.
And howdy doody, folks. Welcome back to Mountain Goat Gaming. My name is Jay. Join with me is Sean, Alex, and our lovely Australian citizen, Tyler. We're here today to bring you a hot takes video from the Australian community and above. And both myself, Alex, and Tyler are going in to this blind. We're just going to see what wild things people have come out. We're going to give it a rating each, because we don't care about an average or stuff like that. We just care about our own opinions. We're going to give it a quick little rating, keep it concise. The way that rating is going to work is we're going to give it a 1. You're a basic bitch Arnold player. A 2, a decent, well-rounded army. And 3, you're hot shit. You're playing something like Easterlings. You're mad.
I just said your
Wow.
ranking system was
That was
fucking trash.
horrific.
And brothers come in going,
That was
I'm
a
gonna do it.
3.
Ooh,
Red card.
fucking red card. I need that shit, man. Ah, okay.
Alright, yeah,
Shall
so
we begin?
I have gone around and asked a whole bunch of different MESBG content creators. We're talking the likes of the Green Dragon podcast, so we've got Kylie, Jeremy, and Matt. We have the Any Heroic Boys, Golems Gamers, two trees. We've got a little bit of everyone, so it's quite exciting. So we'll dive straight into the first one. Share my screen.
It's good to note too, at this rate, if you can please like, share, subscribe the video whilst we stare at Aaron's majestic mustache. Get into the comments below. Tell us how outrageously amazing these hot takes are. And stay tuned to the end of the video where you'll see our hot takes. Tyler asked for 5. We've given him 2. Okay?
And
So,
get in the comments with your hot takes, and we'll let you know what you think of your hot takes.
please.
And give us your rating system on these hot takes. Are they number 1, Bilbo is trash, number 2, shooting is OP, or hot take number 3, Aragon should always take Andril? What's your ranking system?
That's what you okay.
Hey, I actually don't mind that.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't.
Oh,
Fuck. All right.
Guys, the real ranking system is shield and spear, just spear, spear, shield, bow. That's a good way.
That's
to rank.
actually good.
That's
There's
really
no
good.
bed.
This is not bad. Good size. All right, here's
Let's hear 'em.
Aaron's hot take.
MESBG hot take. Theoden needs 3 wounds and 3 fate in the legendary Legion Defenders of Helm's Deep. Change my mind.
So
Oh.
I like this, and I
Mm.
think this alludes to what we might see in the new edition, where we will see different Theoden, because Theoden survived the Battle of Helm's Deep. He did
Yes.
well. He performed. Why is he shit Theoden who dies?
The real question I have is, does that come with any like points increase or other potential negatives? I think it's a relatively hot take, but
3 wounds and 3
3
fate is
fate?
a lot. Like,
Wild.
let's be honest, because realistically, he gets stabbed once and he's out of commish.
yeah. Oh, true. Yeah, through the door.
Yeah.
See you later, son.
I think
Well,
like on the fate, doesn't sound crazy when you really think about it. He does not need like because he becomes a 3/3/3 with 3 wounds as well.
Would you give him an extra fate?
Nah, he's fine.
And that's what I think. I think
No,
it's-
generally, or I don't think the defenders of Helm's Deep specifically. No, absolutely not.
I think he's at like a genuinely decent spot now as a profile. Like he's not amazing. He's not trash. He's fine.
Just then.
He's
yeah.
just there. He's just there to be a pseudo might battery. Like I don't think he needs 3. All of a sudden you're telling me he's AMR? Like what?
Yeah, I think I'm giving this like a 2. I don't think it's outrageous to make. It doesn't make me angry. I think that's gonna be my ranking. If something hits a 3, I'm gonna get actually mad.
Oh, okay, I'll say 2. Yeah.
This
think
is
it's
a
it's
number
probably a 2.
1 J. That's my ranking system is J, Tyler, Alex, and that's just because of the order. This is the order of you guys in the videos on my screen. So
I'm not gonna lie. I actually thought 3 was the best. I was going like a numerical. 3 is the best because it's a bigger number, but number 1 makes a lot more
Wait,
sense.
surely
now
we're
that I'm
doing the
thinking.
level of spiciness. It's like the
Yeah.
Scoville scale.
it's like 3
So
on
we're
the
doing
Scoville
3
scale.
is the
This
spiciest.
is the spice,
Yeah,
exactly.
this is the MGG Scoville scale.
Nah,
It goes from
Jason-
1,
We've
2,
really
3.
fucked around with this scale, huh? This is horrific.
Can you
haven't-
figure out our scale? Please comment down below what our scale is, because I'm giving this 5 out of 10 popcorn buckets.
73% to Rotten Tomatoes score.
Oh,
No
here we
question. Oh,
We're on to our boy Charles from Into the West.
My hot take is that I think Special Strikes should have been left in for next edition. I think Special Strikes add strategy to armies and make profiles different from each other. They make them unique. I understand if they wanted to get rid of weapon swaps, but I definitely think the Special Strikes mechanic adds a lot to the game and should be in the game. And yeah, I think it's a little bit of a mistake.
10 out of 10, bruv.
What are you ranking?
what are you ranking? Is
dude?
it 1, 2, or
Or
3?
There's 3
That's the
numbers.
number 1, baby. I love it.
Is this? Are you ranking hot takes as in like you like them and it's like, oh, this is
We're
a hot
not
take I
agreeing
agree with,
them.
or is
Fuck.
I'm confused.
Yeah, we
James
definitely.
like, I
didn't
don't
prep.
care about your ranking system. Okay, I think this is a 1. I think this isn't crazy. I don't particularly agree. Like, I think in terms of like balancing, hopefully in the new edition, things will have so many different interactions anyway with baked into the profile. They'll essentially have types of special strikes. But I think the inherent benefits some lists get, like Goblin Town, just having picks and getting to strength 4 and overcoming the to wound chart in a certain way is just pretty crazy when some are just sitting there with swords or flails or something, which just don't get enough use. But I don't think that's egregious to think that they should stay in. I understand getting some new strats.
I think what my opinion is with it is that you look at Samwise apparently is going to get his frying pan. Does that mean that special strikes are going to be baked into profiles such as like Sam's fry pan means he can bash? If we're continuing with that, I'm a big fan.
Me
But
too.
this ability to go, all right, cool, my Eastling warrior now has a flail. I don't mind if that disappears. That doesn't bother me too much if that goes. But I rate the idea of stuff being baked into profiles or weapons. Like a Grimhammer's got their two-hand pick hammer, or whatever it's called, that allows them to bash and piercing strike. I rate that.
Yep.
Cute.
It's good.
I rated it 2. I definitely don't like. I don't like them seeing next edition. I think it should just be heroes in theory that should have special strike access. In retrospect, I just think it makes them unique. And then your basic troop type is your basic troop type.
If it was even only named heroes, what would you think about only named heroes? Or do you think every hero should?
I think every hero should, because in theory they're meant to be higher skilled than the rest of your army. In theory, right? Your captains are meant to be better. So on and so forth.
Feinting isn't ridiculous. Like it's a special maneuver.
It's their niche thing that all heroes can do. I have no issue with that. But all of a sudden, all Rohan warriors gaining axes because they're like, oh, I can just have axes because I can now get to strength 4 because my defense is already garbage. Let me just have a chance to actually wound. It just means that strength 3, it's like, like
you're right. Sons of Earl shouldn't be able to pierce. You're right. You're so right.
Yeah, we don't need 20-point monsters.
Yes, we
do. All right, we're moving on to our next one, who is old mate Damo from Geelong.
All right, hot takes. Ooh. I think players who play elves play them to make up for a lack of skill. What do you think, Mop?
I'm the master, and Andoril shouldn't exist. Demo uses it just to win games.
You're goddamn right.
Wait, what was Mop's take? I kind of...
It's real, isn't. If I understood that correctly, it was Tom's I am master special rule.
Uh-huh.
I believe that's what he was saying, was talking about. But then it sounded like he said Andril at one point.
No, he says Andrils for players. Literally, I'm pretty sure he says something in regards to Andril because Damo always takes Andril. They're both digging into each other. Literally, Damo's digging into him and Mop's digging back in this. I love that. That's fucking awesome.
So what do we think? Elves, are they just for players that are meh? The people trying to win.
I know a certain someone loves Gilgalad, so I fucking agree with every bit of it.
I agree as well. It's every new player goes fight value good. I need high fight value. Give me elf. And then they go Gilgalad fight 9 and give me fight 6 elf. And then they're like, why can I not win fight and kill stuff? This is a one. This is well known. This is obvious.
It's so good.
Jay, do you have any smart thoughts?
Tyler, do you have something to say there, Tyler?
I just want to pass it over to Tyler.
Yeah, I think
that's a bunch of bullshit. All that shit. All y'all are fucking dogs. Okay, y'all clearly haven't been outnumbered in every single game that you play. It's a skill to fucking play them. When you're outnumbered every game,
in every combat.
Yeah, absolutely. You shield and 2-hand where needed. Thank you. Dadios. This is like I'll rank it as like a 2. I'll be the
Sean
middle.
And Jay, you guys have also like dipped into elves. I would never, because I'm not a bad person. But what do you guys do? Do you feel like you didn't get to express your skill as a player?
I felt like I was winning very easily with them.
I just got bored out of my fucking brains.
It's so boring.
I took a fight 6 spam court guard list to battle harden, and I played pretty damn well, but then that last game I was like, or last 2 games I was like, this is boring as shit. I don't care anymore. I don't want to play these games.
Yeah. I ran one pure elf list with Lothlorien. Hated how boring it was and never ran it again. I've only ever souped elves in after that.
I will say this though, I do love my Riv Knights.
Yuck.
I do like that. I like it.
I can imagine myself playing Riv Knights. I probably wouldn't play any other elf. Lothlorien is generally the bottom of my list in terms of armies I want to play, but Riv Knights maybe
pretty good.
Yuck. That speaks volumes about.
Lord have mercy. Next.
Next one.
It's a boy.
Crack a milky pill.
This one coming up, I really do like because I do happen to agree with it, but I also don't want to agree with it because he sent me this a week after he absolutely walloped me with some monsters.
Okay, my hot take for MESBG, I think monsters need to be more powerful. I think like either have more wounds, they're just like tougher to take down. They just need to have that presence on the battlefield, which I don't think they have at the moment because they can just die real fast and real easy. Look, I don't know how to fix that, whether it be for like point increases or like more wounds. I honestly don't mind. Just make him fucking awesome, big, scary dudes.
Dudes.
Couldn't agree more.
Dudes.
Yeah,
100%. That's a
That's a
100. That's a 100% agree.
The one thing monsters desperately need is some form of magic resistant. They just get shut down like that.
Yeah, like a miniature like steadfast or something where they just kind of shrug it off, because it's like an immobilize that works on an orc shouldn't be like as powerful, shouldn't be having the same effect on a troll. There's always been conversations about how to make monsters better. Do you give them like all some sort of impacts, or they just are way tougher, or they hit harder? The hill trolls getting a reroll is really interesting, because I feel like that is a really great balancing factor. I think brutal power attacks are fine. It's just that you don't get enough chances to use them for normal troop monsters. I think hero monsters are pretty damn good. It's the troop monsters that have the toughest time.
That's exactly why you don't see mortal trolls. You very rarely see cave trolls. If they don't have might, will, and fate, you don't often see a monster on board. So yeah, I fully agree with old mate there. So nice, very chilly one.
We can all agree with that, straight up.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
no
absolutely. Oh, we've got our boy from Golems Gamer, Sir Elliot.
Hello, this is Elliot from the Golems Gamers with one of my hottest MESBG takes. It might not be the hottest, but let's find out. So it is to do with Brawgear, a special rule in Brawgear's profile. Now, I believe if you were to spend 3 points of will on a casting roll and roll 3 natural 6s, I believe that you should get all 3 points of will back, as the way the special rule is written, it says each time you spend a point of will and roll a natural 6, you get a point of will back. So if you roll 3, you should get all 3 back. I've been called crazy by numerous people in the GBHR for thinking that. I've had it ruled against me numerous times in tournaments. That's the way I think it should be played, though. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that's a fucking 1. That's a 1. What? That's 3 6s. You should get that shit back. What the hell? Who ruled that shit?
I think we got to take the bias out of Easterlings. We sort of look at the profile by itself.
So I can explain this one without using any Easterlings. It's fast dice versus slow dice. If you were to fast dice it, which we always do, and if you like think of shooting, right, you typically would do 1 bow shot in the way, kill. Next bow shot, 1, you know what I mean? Typically we pick up the whole bag of dice and do it. It's the exact same argument with will. At that point there, it's as if you were to treat it each point of will at a time.
But you're only when you're casting, you don't roll them one at a time.
You allocate your will at the start. That's fine. That's cool.
Yeah.
But it's like if Legolas had the same shit where he was able to, you know, fucking, I don't know, get some fate back or some shit with all of his shots. It's like, does he get 1 fate back or does he get 3 fate back depending on his shots?
No, that's definitely different, because it's one instance of magic. I don't disagree. Like, I wouldn't mind if that's a thing. One kind of related one is Orphan.
Yes.
The fact that if he rolls a 96, the fact that he doesn't get the trapping plus the extra dice for the 6 is crazy, and this kind of feels like the same kind of vibe. I feel like it might edge into it too, just because maybe I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
I agree with it. Stormcallers, in theory, like I mean, Stormcallers is another one that's close. They're obviously worded slightly differently. I think, yeah, the fast dice thing, like anybody's that's like ruling against that, I'm just like, really? So you're gonna sit there for every dice in this game and go 1 at a time, and you're gonna take the full 2 hours or 2.5 hours? No one has time for that. We want to have turns. We want to actually play and move models. So 100% agree with them. No question.
Number 1 on your
Number
Elliot.
1.
Another boy from the Golems
Is this
Gamers. Yes.
There you
go. Watch me be wrong with that. Also, I'll make shout out to Pompey.
G'day, Sean and fellow Australians. So, my MESBG hot take is that Fog of War is not the best scenario in the game, which a lot of people would say it is. Furthermore, it's not in my top 5 scenarios to play the game. I don't like how there's no leader BPs, and it ends on a 102, which I can't rank in the top 5 due to those reasons. Let me know.
Oh, that's That one's got a bit of spice to it. Now I
What
don't.
scenario was it? I missed it.
Fog of War.
Fog of War.
The delayed reaction. I'm gonna let someone else take the lead. I gotta let someone else.
Look, I was just gonna say, look, I don't fully disagree with him, but it's definitely in the top 5. It's not my favorite scenario because my favorite scenario, Tyler fucking hates. But yeah, it's a good scenario. It changes up things. I personally like that there is no leader kill points. It just changes things up because a lot of the games start to feel a bit samey, where it's like, all right,
yeah,
I'm going for leader kills, I'm going for breaks, I'm going for whatever. It's like this changes it up. It allows you to be less cagey with your leaders, and you can actually be comfortable in using them to their full ability, which is what I absolutely love. So yeah, I don't fully disagree with him. So
Dude,
I'm putting it at like a high 2.
Yeah, some of the best games I've ever had have been from Fog of War. You kept guessing the whole time, and it's like, oh, where am I going? Where am I going? You can't see me. This is my terrain piece. Again, fun as shit.
Sean, our game at Triumph was one of the greatest games of Fog of War. The thing is, I still think this is a 3. This is spy. Like, do I think it's the best scenario? No. I think the break in 1 or 2 can feel bad. Like, you can be in a dominant position. You just need to like move up the board and stuff, and it just game ends before you get to do it. The 24-inch gap between the forces can be rough as well. I like me some breakthrough. Get me some breakthrough. That's juicy scenario.
Breakthrough
but
is
I think it's literally a 3. I have to say, out of the top 5, Spice.
Yeah, I definitely think it's in the top 3 in terms of scenarios. It has everything that you want in terms of multiple objectives within a given scenario. It has the ability for you to use your big points leaders to their fullest ability and not give a crap about overextending them. You don't feel too bad when they die. Obviously, it's shit sometimes, but you're like, cool, my Elendil went in, did stuff. Fortunately, got trapped, flopped, dead. Like, it just stuff like that. I just think Fog of War just allows for that. Same 1 or 2 endings, I don't like them at all. No question.
Yeah, that I think if Fog of War went to a quarter break, it's a lot more enjoyable and probably becomes top 1 or 2 scenarios in the game. So, yeah.
Spicy.
He got in real spicy with this one. Spicy boy. Alright, I've got to preface this video real quickly with old mate did not understand who he was sending this video to.
Shocked.
So
is he just going to insult us?
Is it going to be news?
Yeah.
It's going to be news, isn't it?
Let's do it.
What's up, noobs? I'm here with your boy Sam Grant here. We are currently playing a practice game with 1,000 points. Not that any of you care. My hot take for SPG. Ready? Drum roll. I'm doing a drum roll here. That was hard. AOL is bad. All you do is walk up to it and then you kill it in combat. And then as long as you don't leave gaps for bats and spiders to just pop behind your line and kill your heroes, trash army list. There you go.
Fucking hell. I would love a recount. If you're listening and you're in the GBHL and Ashley, however the fuck you say his last name, has been beaten by AOL,
let us know.
Because I bet you this man's been railed with his Mordor sword and the whole time.
This hot take just sounds like a salty boy who's been beaten by AOL 100% of the time. And he's just like, actually, they're kind of shit, bro.
Yeah, that's just absolute bullshit. No question. What type of nonsense is this dude
Unless,
smoking?
look, the people he's playing with could just be dog shit, bringing in shit versions and not playing it right. But AOL
play
is
a different list. Play a different list, and then we'll talk.
Yeah. Holy mackerel.
AOL is easily top
So
three.
AOL won the team championships for Ardo, right?
No
question mark. No
No,
question.
no,
Right? That's just
they're shit. They're
just
shit,
dog
bro.
shit, right?
Ash said they're shit, so they're shit.
They're shit.
Three without. I don't even. There's too much to say,
bro. I can't unpack this all. And I need a separate video to respond to this video.
Got us a reaction.
Sean, I think you need to do an action replay of us live reacting to that because we fell apart.
AOL is bad. all you do is walk up to it, and then you kill it in combat. And then, as long as you don't leave gaps for bats and spiders to just pop behind your line and kill your heroes, trash army list. There you go.
Fucking hell.
I'm gonna be honest. Quite a lot of the reactions that have popped out make me not want to edit it the way I was going to edit it and just slap it up as is. We'll move on to the next one. All right, here we have, I believe his name is Aaron. He is from Two Trees Gaming. These lads are, I want to say they popped out of nowhere in the MESBG scene. They've got some really, really nice, high quality videos.
Awesome.
So, look, I think he's talking about Gandalf from memory.
Hi guys, it's Aaron from Two Trees Gaming. My hot take is that Gandalf the White is the best good hero in the game. He has to be on Shadowfax, but he is the best hero.
Okay. Let's
Hang on.
hear me out.
He's not far
He's
off.
overpriced.
Right? Yes.
He's very overpriced.
Phenomenal rules. Phenomenal.
But he's quite good.
Very.
But Elendil exists.
I was about to say my
I can't
boy.
even think of who else.
Elendil?
Galadriel.
Galadriel.
No, it's Elendil. It's literally
Beorn?
Elendil and Aragorn.
Aragorn, yeah.
Aragorn? I'm just naming heroes that are better
Gwahir?
than
Gwahir?
than
Honestly,
Gandalf
at
the
their
White.
points levels, Gwahir, Irolas.
Girion.
Give me Irolas, baby.
Earl the Young?
Earl the Young. Helm.
Helm,
Helm, yeah.
No
Bro,
question.
I think you guys are
I want
somewhere on the
Gandalf to be
right
there,
track
but-
of like he needs something. Something has to change to up him. If he's not 240 points on Shadowfax and you drop him down to 200 points on Shadowfax,
Oh, spies.
Mate,
that would be good.
Massive. Bro,
Yeah.
if the Dragon Emperor
Phenomenal.
is 200 points, Gandalf can be 200 points.
absolutely. And I've
100%.
said this once, I'll say it again. Al from down in Victoria came up with this phenomenal idea of saying, cool, Gandalf the White goes up to 8 will with 1 free a turn, but at the beginning of each turn, I think he said after priority is rolled, you get to choose as the Gandalf player if you want a free will that turn or a free might that turn, and that switches him from
that's
casting
juice.
into combat, and I fucking love that.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
No.
No, that's juice.
for
No, at 240, at
240.
240, at
At
240.
240?
He's
At 240, I'm
Aragorn
keep-
and magic. So wait, are you saying he can cast and still get the might point in that turn?
So
'Cause
no,
that's
no,
crazy.
so he chooses between either a free will or a free might that turn.
Can he still cast in that turn? Because that's a
Yeah.
concern. I'd be like, what? So you get
But
the
he's on his
cast
time,
and the might point? What is
The
this
fr-
dude?
Maybe
This
free
freaking...
might just to he can't call heroics with it. How about
Wha-
that?
What is he, Arendelle
Dude,
on
look
Vingliot?
at
What am I
everything
talking
Gandalf
about
did.
here? No.
Either way,
everything Gandalf
this
did.
video here, 3.
All right, back in with Jake from Two Tree Gaming.
Hi, it's Jake from Two Trees Gaming here, and my hot take is that I hope they reduce the board size to be able to fit on a dining table. And I know that's stressful, I've built custom boards as well, but I think it will be better for the game in the long run.
I
Define a
don't
dining
disagree.
room table.
Classic.
Define a dining room table, because this argument came from 40k, and 40k originally, that's why they cut to the 60 by 44. It was a postage thing. That was rule number 1. And there was also an argument from Games Workshop where it was supposed to fit on the average width of a dining table was 44 inches.
Interesting.
Okay.
So if you do that, what are you changing? Are you just shifting it down? I have a funny feeling it's mainly like a 3x3. Let's just assume it's a 3x3. You cut one off on either edge. What do you reckon?
I really enjoyed Minimize being played on 3x3s. That was really good.
3x4, but yes.
Sorry,
also-
3x4.
yeah.
But still, that one side coming down just a little bit was phenomenal. Really, really enjoyed that. You run Blitz, and 2x2
2x2
is
is a great.
it's so good, and that's something that's going to come up soon. Is talking about how the game should be played. So keep an ear out for that one. But yeah, I don't fully disagree with this.
I'm a massive fan. And I'll be talking about it later as well. There's nothing bad that can come from this. If it fit, and one of the I have 4x4 mats, and when they don't fit on a table, it makes me mad. Make them
Yeah.
smaller.
She's a cranky boy.
I'm some
Jay,
cranky boy.
what? Coming from the 40k background, were you playing 40k when they cut the table size down? What was the overall outcome of that? Like, did people enjoy that? What was the go there? Hated it.
There
What
was
was the-
fucking, dude, people were. I remember watching my first YouTube video of someone cutting their mat. I think it was shout out to Vanguard Tactics. Someone cut their mat initially to like 60 by 44, and everyone was like, "What are you doing?" And like Danny and I cut our mat literally within a week. And I was like, "Well, then I've got to change it." And then off we go, and here we are. Yeah. But in terms of for the game, 40k is very shoot heavy oppressive as SPG can be as well. And I feel like if you reduce distance, it forces interactive gameplay. It's never a bad idea. The only thing I will say is you potentially do run the risk of I like having bigger boards for more terrain and making the boards look more thematic. If you then reduce the board size, it does become a bit harder and a bit tighter. And a lot of TOs will need to rethink their boards terrain, and that's massive. That will break TOs, I feel.
So it's a GBHL terrain problem. Makes sense.
Look, if GBHL added a tiny bit more terrain and shrunk the boards, it would make sense because then we actually get a good amount of terrain. No, that's not even me being like
No,
this is me making a genuine take. I think if they didn't reduce the amount of terrain and then shrunk the boards, it might work.
Fair.
I definitely agree with Jay's point. No question on this. Yeah, 100%.
I think this is a big fat one for me.
Big fat one.
Big stinking Uno.
Finally
We got
get
another
the
one
rate.
from Jay.
Hi, it's Jake here from Two Trees Gaming, and my hot take for you guys to discuss is that filling out your warbands when building an army list is massively overrated.
This is something I remember Entmoot bringing up on one of his podcasts because his general thing is filling up the warband and then bring in the next hero. It's a scam.
Yeah,
it's a scam. Absolutely.
100%.
Over here, I don't think it's very much of a hot take because we just don't.
Yeah.
At all, but I think for the GBHL scene for sure that would definitely be a hot take. But over here, I think that's super chill. I often have one drop warbands or a guy with like 4 dudes, and that's fine.
It's a one. Completely agree.
Yeah.
I do love having like even warbands that just tickles my brain. So wherever I can even those numbers out, I'm doing it. But hey, Jay, I'm just a shit player, so it's fine.
I think I like the smaller, like I definitely don't try and maximize every single warband. I think the minimum that you should have within each warband though should roughly be around 3 models, 3 to 6 range. Just because you want to, if it's Maelstrom, you want to be able to do the circle to just protect your hero. That's it.
Yeah. Smart.
Yep.
Alright.
Oh.
Our boy Daddy Conquest Creations here.
Well, anyone could walk out, we don't know.
Again, another person who didn't quite understand the assignment.
Are you gonna say noobs? Please.
No, brother. I sent him, or was it me that sent him? You might have sent him a message. But we were like, hey, we're looking for 30 to 40-second clips.
Oh no.
Man's
He
done
gave us a podcast. Let's go.
This is a 2+ minute video.
Fucking hell.
Let's do it.
What is up? Fuck. What is up, Mountain Goat Gaming audience? I've been asked for some hot takes, and I'm going to start you off with a pretty juicy one that I've been pretty public about, and that is the rules writers should take the transfix section of the rulebook and delete it entirely. Just flat out delete transfix from this game. Please and thank you. And anyone who says compel, well, I would just remove the transfix effect from that. You can move half, but you're gone. You can't transfix anyone anymore. It's done.
Cool. Thoughts?
That is one of the funniest things I've seen.
Apart from his chaos of walking.
That was fucking crazy.
He's like, take 2, baby. Oh,
real take. Had a giggle.
Okay, do we? I think Tyler, you agree with it, but I still think it's a hot take. Not many people are going to say, like, people will say magic is strong. Removing transfix entirely is a big step, though. I think there should be some way to slow down those big heroes.
So Tyler and I were talking about this the other night. We were saying if you kept Transfix for your Shadowfax Gandalfs, for your Witch Kings, your main big, massive magic people, where it's like that is their one shtick, because that is such a powerful OP thing. However, the model has a negative. It doesn't stop them. It doesn't do anything. Very much like the Shade has a complete rewrite. Transfix needs a complete rewrite where it reduces their ability to fight. Gilgalad does not stand there looking dazed into the sun and gets slapped around for fun. That never happens. That, I believe, is what Transfix should do.
It'd be
But
good again because
luckily-
like the Ringwraiths, like especially in like the Fellowship when they just like they catch like a hobbit and the hobbit's just staring there like, oh god. Like, maybe it didn't keep it to the those legendary casters like the White Council and the Wraiths, if that was like something like that.
Yeah, this could almost be a hot take as well. Is I kind of want Transfix to be similar to Paralyze, where you've got Paralyze on one profile. So that's what it's on. Yeah,
Tyler's face.
Look, I drew that out because I wanted to stress you out. But yeah, I'd like to see it like whether it's just Ringwraiths can take or do Transfix, because it feels like something that is very Ringwraithy. I'm not sure how I feel about Galadriel. Yeah, I could see her being a bit Transfixy, but yeah, on those big top tier casters, give it to Galadriel, give it to the Ringwraiths. Gandalf and Saruman.
Like we don't need the mouth of Sauron throwing a Transfix.
No, exactly.
Either way, they're the main heroes that we are concerned about that are consistently doing Transfixes anyway, which is still adding to Jacob's point of whoever the hell's doing it, super caster or not, Transfix needs a rewrite so you don't send your big elven lord into combat and then he just gets magicked to death.
Okay.
Pretty much. And that also fixes the troll, the monster issue as well.
I think the other thing for me, the rewriting of Transfix, I think in theory it should actually stop them there, and you can actually ignore the control zone. Is an option as well. So instead of fully, so you could say, one model may pass through freely from them through their control zone, right, and not have to actually engage. And that, you know what, you're like, cool. So I get my one model through or something, just something different. Because yeah, when Gilgalad, Elrond. Just get freaking like, Sap will, turn one. Cool. No worries. Transfix for the rest of the game.
We thought that with Ratavi today.
Maybe that's why Glorfindel's the best elf in the game.
Stop.
Actually, what would your thoughts be on Transfix being exactly what Tyler just said there, where it just stops old mates in the track, and that's it. They can choose to charge it or not, but if they channel the Transfix, so there is extra resources going into it, then it is the current effects of Transfix.
I wouldn't hate that.
I quite like that.
because you're spending so much resources to try and confirm
limited.
it.
Yeah, you've got 3. If you're going hard into the magic, you've got 3 turns of Transfix.
I like that.
Okay, I'm gonna rate this one. I still think this is a 2. I still think this is a fairly hot take.
Let's keep on with Jacob.
Another hot take: shooting in this game wildly overpowered. All shooting, honestly, could cop a -1 to wound, or just a -1 strength, and I still think it would be really, really good. I do think that maybe shrinking the board size solves this problem, but shooting, nah, get that out of here. I was gonna have 3 for you, and
ultra
really
hot
think one just right off the top of my head. So let me think. What's another hot take?
He knows how to use mics. Why is he doing this?
This is good. I'm loving every moment of this.
This is top tier Jacob shithousery.
This is literally what people pay OnlyFans for, and they're getting it for free.
But
you guys get on the Patreon and you can check out this as well.
This is what we need to see more of with Jacob.
It's kind of funny.
Dude is hilarious. It's just man, I love walking into that studio and being greeted by sexy boy. How's it going, sexy boy? He is a funny dude, but he tones it down for whatever reason on Conquest. So give us more of this comedy, my guy. But shooting, OP. As someone who is a heavy shooter, yes, I agree wholeheartedly. Even though it hurts me to say.
It's good, but historically, like I'm gonna be a nerd. Historically, bows are good.
Yeah,
bows are strong.
Shut up.
I'm sorry.
Have you heard of
Have you
Agincourt,
heard of
Jay?
Agincourt, the English longbowman, the Battle of Hastings, William the Conqueror with these archers?
Did you know, Jay, that when they captured English bowmen, they cut off their two fingers?
Their fingers?
And that's why this is an insult, because the French would say, "Oh, I got my fingers." That is a myth that is not true, but I really wish it was true.
Got him.
So let's just break down. Shooting in this game is a whatever risk, like no risk with reward.
There's a minor risk.
Form of interaction. It's a form of pseudo-free interaction with your opponent.
Always. And there's no risk. There's no risk to it. You can literally just sit there.
There's minimal. You're both going back and forth. The consideration, though, is not every army is going to be built to go max bow limits and maximize bow limits. I think
they can't do it in every scenario either.
Yes, exactly. They can't just sit back.
And that's, I was going to say, that's where I think there is that minor element of risk. Is if you decide to sit back, you're giving up board control. You're giving up board space. It's
I'm sorry. Did Assault on Helm's Deep not rock the socks off this community?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Did it?
People bullshit. It rocked the socks off people, bro. We all know for a fact that it rocked the socks off this community. I just watched an Isengard on stream a little while ago sit there and just shoot the whole game.
I reject this.
I love how it's Sean and Alex, the two boys, defending this.
Okay, my point is, do I think shooting should be good? Do I think like should it get -1 to wound from where it currently is? No. Do maybe bow limits need to be reduced, or the cost of bows need to go up? Because again, the points is just a way to denote the value of something. Maybe bows need to be 2 points and elf bows need to be 3, or crossbows need to be 2 or something. Maybe something like that. Again, like Jacob said, does the shrinking of the board, will that mean that there's less turns to shoot? Yeah, maybe the scenarios need to not allow you to shoot for as long. Maybe army's got to go, well, maybe I should account for my opponent having bows and build my list to deal with that. There's a multitude of factors, for sure. Do I think we need to make bows themselves explicitly weaker? No. There's other factors all around.
I wouldn't mind an increase to how much a bow costs. So Esgroth bows, for example, are 2 points. Make them 3 points. Regular bows are just 1 point. Chuck them up to 2 points. Just give them that extra price increase, because that's where Dale, for example, is so brutal. Is it?
Yeah.
For 9 points, 9 points, 10 points, you can take a boatload of strength 3 bows hitting on 3s.
Yeah, 9 points.
That's where they are disgusting. So I think if you up that 500 points, I'm taking 12 warriors with bow, easy.
Plus 2 captains and Girion.
Plus 2 captains and Girion. I'm gonna fuck you up with my shooting.
Yeah, I definitely agree, because I mean throwing spears are 2 points already, right?
Yeah.
So definitely would say a points increase is needed. I think the reason why I think me and Jay sort of see eye to eye on it is also the negative experiences we've had with shooting. I think there's too often that scenarios and the play style that you have to use with some armies, where you just sit at the back of the board and to the death, or breakthrough, you actually don't start at the midline, so you're playing this U-shaped formation. You're just like, cool, I'm just going to shoot you as much as I can, and then however many models I get to freely take off while you do the approach, cool, I'm now going to try and wrap and envelop. I just think the experiences that people have had with just shoot-heavy armies, it's not always the greatest of fun.
Now, imagine you're playing on a GBHL table, not an Australian dense table.
Yeah. I'll wrap this one up and then I think we'll move on swiftly.
Yeah.
This is hitting a big issue in the fact of there's a lot of scenarios, or like explicit corner case scenarios, that we have seen in a terrain, which is skewing our view to leading to non-interactive gameplay.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of this is coming from. So anyway, I'm going to give this a 1. I totally agree. Let's do the next one.
Agree.
If you guys, as the audience, want to see the rest of this video, I'm going to put it at the very, very end of our video. After the outro, you can see the final minute.
Are you
of
blue
Jacob.
balling us?
I'm blue balling all of you.
Why?
Damn, that's crazy.
Why you bullying me?
Engagement, baby.
Let's keep going.
Oh. See, this is why we're moving on to the big boy, Jeremy from the Green Dragon. Now he's come in with 3, as have all of the Green Dragon crew members. So we've got 9 videos out of them. There's some real spice in them.
Goats, my hot take is that if you can't finish your game, you do not deserve any points in a tournament for it. 0 points for an unfinished game. Winners need to finish games.
That's going to hurt so many people.
So, firstly,
I'm going to put a timer. I'm going to put a timer on this so we can.
Yeah. Well, firstly, I think this is a 3 out of 3 spice. I think there is. I agree, but I think the ability for people to misuse this and go, "Fuck, I'm losing. Fuck this person. I didn't have a good time. I'm going to start. Just make sure we don't finish the game." I get it. I understand. Still a 3.
I will do this with chess clocks, 100%. Without a chess clock, just watching my opponent be able to slow play that shit, not about that.
I think to kind of extend on that as well. If you then bring chess clocks into the community as well, that stresses people out, especially if they're just jumping into the SPG community. Interesting.
Absolutely.
That's on TOs to mitigate though, because they can try and do that for the people that are new. So I think you can still apply chess clocks. Just pick and choose top tables, top 5.
Yeah,
and go from there.
I agree. Done. Next.
Hello, Mountain Goats. My hot take is that Games Workshop has finally learned how to make captains cool in scenarios in their Rise of Angmar book. Well done.
I'm not going to lie, I don't 100% know what this is. Jeremy is a very narrative-based player these days.
So
this
I will,
is right
off the
up
top
his
of my
alley.
head, there are scenarios where it's something like things like a couple Arnold captains and a bunch of dudes, and all you're trying to do is survive with the captains.
That's sick.
And they're just trying to outlast and stuff, and like be this last bastion of dudes, or they're trying to like eventually get off the board and stuff.
That's cool.
Look, Tyler has the book. I'm just trying to go off what I flicked through before I gave it to him.
I have the book. I do have the book, but I haven't read it. What is that?
Look, I feel like we're not. Maybe
We're not equipped. We're not equipped to handle this in its entirety.
We can give this.
Stay tuned though, because we do have a plan on running this scenario. So, Jeremy, we will take a moment to pause, and we will say yes or no whether the captains are dope or not.
Captains are dope.
We'll give you a 3 though.
Hi, Goats. My hot take is that if you have to say thank you for sending me this review copy, you're not actually doing a review, you're just doing an ad.
Oh, spice.
Pop that, Jacob. Suck a dick.
Dude, I love it. There's not a lot to talk about here, otherwise we're just going to get hated on. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you.
But also, GW, if you're watching this and you guys want to send us review copies, I'll take it. These guys might not. I'll take stuff.
Yeah, we'll take some review copies as long as you don't do that silly thing where you can potentially shut our channel down. So
that would be silly.
That'd be silly. We're only little babies. We're little babies.
We're baby.
We're new boys.
I love that.
Tyler's confused.
Tyler don't know what's happening. Tyler, do you know who J-Mac is?
Now he does.
Oh, brother.
Bro, this is going to stain your memory forever.
Brother, J-Mac is our Scottish friend. He is...
naked.
He's a concern to society, but I love this man.
I do need to play the video and let him speak for himself.
Oh, shit!
Hello, Sean. My hot take for Middle Earth strategy battle game is that the best weapon swap for elves, specifically with Lorien, because they get the pikes, is flails. You know, you put your elf into 2 guys, 2 pike supports, flail. It means if you win the fight, which you're going to with 3 dice, usually, you then get 4 attacks. 4 attacks. That makes up for your weakness of your shitty strength 3 elves. Some may say you should probably two-hand in this instance and feint, and as I'm recording this right now, that might actually be better. No, I'm sticking with my words. Flails are the best weapon swaps for Lothlorien elves. Actually, even Rivendell elves, because you can just ally in Galadriel or somebody with the pikes. Yeah. And now you can pause the camera now, Sean, because I've got something else to show you.
I had seen that before. I still could not stop laughing. And the fact that he runs halfway through, maybe axes are better.
Dude,
oh,
this
horrific
is a
take.
3.
That's a 3.
I don't need to
Oh
comment.
my
This
lord.
is a 3. This is great.
I love it.
I'd
See,
say it too. I never
low
tried
skill
flails.
elves need flails to be good.
But I honestly think any army that has pikes should take a flail or 2. Eastlings with flails, give Isengard some flails. If you can take pikes,
Imagine
take a flail.
ninjas with pikes behind us.
Oh, with flails?
Actually, it's not good for them because they already have 2 attacks.
Correct.
But it's still like Ninja Turtles.
Ninjas with flails that's what we want. It's like nuns with guns.
Oh, J-Mac, I love you.
He's the
Thank
best.
you. Thank you.
All right, back into the Green Dragon. Kylie, what has she got? What has she got to say for us?
Hey, Mountain Goat Gaming. I got a hot take for you. Allies and Legendary Legions are bad for the game.
1.
Ooh.
Fully agree.
Fuck off, cunt.
Bullshit.
That's not a hot
Fuck my
take.
nuts.
Bullshit.
That's not that hot. That's what the
Sorry.
negotiation
What
is.
did you? So wait.
That is
So
what
wait.
Okay, go for
What
it.
did you
Go for it.
use
Say
to
some
win
bullshit.
Masters?
Yeah.
Was it an ally? Did you ally?
Yeah, that I
shitting?
think should become a army in itself in the new edition.
No. This is an ally, though, Alex.
That's an ally.
Doesn't mean I can't use them if I think they're negative for the game. I'm still going to use the tools at my disposal.
Oh my
It's a
Guys, just
1.
win some tournaments.
It's a 1.
Relax.
It's a
Jeez.
1.
Just win some
I have,
tournaments.
Brother just won another tournament today. He's just win some tournaments, boys. Relax.
Oh, didn't even need an ally.
Still single, no questions.
Wow.
Fun 4K, no question.
Damn.
Love you, baby.
This is interesting going into the new edition where it seems like a lot of things are going to become legendary legions of such.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see Kylie's opinion on all of this when the new edition comes out, and if it is the case.
Okay, yeah. Look, when I responded, I was more so thinking into the new edition, especially because I think that will streamline a lot of it, and a lot of the allies that already exist will just become an army in itself.
Mm-hmm.
If she said like a yellow alliances are bad for the game, I would wholeheartedly agree because that is just a way to purely just enhance a list in the game sense with no respect for, I guess, the theme of
The lore.
and the theme. Yeah,
it becomes power gaming. It does.
Yeah.
I'm a yellow player till the day I die, but it is power gaming to some degree. Like you know what you're doing, and I think every game system at some point has this, no matter what.
Yeah.
It's just the way it goes. You're gonna have people that are gonna abuse the ability to power game to some. It's the same way people try and abuse Math Hammer for bringing bows. You're gonna have these aspects of the game.
Oh, you were called out there.
I'm just saying.
Next.
Hey, Mountain Goat Gaming. I got a hot take for you. Tournaments would be more competitive if players could switch out their armies in between rounds.
Thoughts? Okay. This is an interesting one, eh?
I like it. Just logistically speaking, it's very hard if you don't want to bring multiple armies to the tournament. I think if you were to run, say, 300-point armies, that's legit because then you can bring, your 40 models with 3 armies for the day. But that's hard.
Yeah, would tournaments become more competitive if you could switch out armies? Yes.
Yes.
If people had access to them, and you get that aspect of almost that rock paper. Not you don't get that rock paper scissors of. I just brought an army that doesn't go well into the scenario against that one opponent, and I hit that one opponent, and my tournament's over.
Now, so just a question on this that I have is, how do you choose the army that you're going to play? So is it like a veto thing where, cool, I choose that I'm going to play AOL this round, and then my opponent then goes, cool, I've got 3 armies, I will then go and choose this that plays really well into AOL, and does that not just turn into another rock paper scissors?
There's obviously different versions. You can just do like you have multiple armies you veto. You could also just do like I have a good and evil army. You know what the other person's good and evil army is. You just choose one of yours, and that's rent. And then
you roll like you did for Blitz. Another option is, and I know this is where it becomes a little bit like far-fetched in the sense of will other people allow others to use their models. One idea is that you could, in theory, have the preset armies for each table. So you have 8 tables, 16 armies, right? And whatever table you rock up and you have a side,
that's crazy.
And you roll and you go, cool, see who gets to choose first, right? And you go, cool, I'll choose that one. Okay, you have to play with this. It would really bring out who's actually skillful enough to still play with new shit and doesn't just hammer out the same army list again.
Jay, could we pull that off?
No, you read my mind, Tyler. I wholeheartedly agree with you. I think that should be for a Masters in like a top 8 scenario. You got 16. You got 16
it's like an
players.
Invitational thing, yeah.
Invitational Masters to see who's the best. You literally, here are your armies, people. Go, and it changes every round. I love that. That's a 10 out of 15. I love it.
Honestly, maybe instead of changing armies, if we go in changing your army sideboard. You're at a 650 point tournament. You can bring up to 800 points, and between each game, you can change it however you want.
Do you get to see the person's...
You can see your opponent's full 800. Then you guys go away to the side, make your 650, and then you bring it back to the board, show each other, and then play.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I think it's still a 2 for a hot take, but like, yeah, still love it.
Hey, Mountain Goat Gaming, I got a hot take for you. Strike should be able to allow your fight value to go as high as it can, not get capped out at fight 10.
Yes.
No
100%.
question. Stop this freaking Raza Suladan striking out to fight 10. Nah, get out of here.
For no reason.
Nah, 100%.
No, the
I
person
hate
who
them.
shouldn't do it. No, because they should be able to do it. Grinner shouldn't be able to hit. Like, okay, so my whole thing is that SPG is a game about the little guy. It's about that random warrior on an objective holding off a dude.
Gandalf is that?
No,
you?
Sean. He's on a slope box. He's on a slope box.
Keep going.
My whole thing is really it's about the little guy being able to do things, and in a game where that happens, Gilgalad just is never lower fight than anyone ever. Big heroes are allowed to slip up. Okay,
they don't.
No, but they should be able to.
They don't.
Gilgalad slipped up against Sauron.
That's what a strain got bonked.
Exactly.
Have you watched fucking Rings of Power? Gilgalad got captured by a couple of 5-point fucking orcs.
Dude, that was so depressing, bro. Why you
Maybe
gotta
spoilers,
expose me?
but okay.
We didn't try and do that. What are we doing here, Sean? This isn't a Rings of Power review. We'll get to that next time, bro.
Tyler, are you muted?
No.
I just wish he was.
Oh. Apologies.
No, it's all good. That was me.
Oh,
That's
he
hilarious.
muted me.
Next. Give it a 1.
It's our boy. It's our boy.
Why are there bras in the background? What the fuck?
You'll find out.
About it.
You'll find out. You'll find
Good
out.
for him, though. I mean, yeah.
Go. Okay, lads. Brought to you by the lingerie segment at Kmart because I'm here with the missus at the moment. The Will of Evil on all Ringwraiths, I think, sucks. I get it. It's themey, but get rid of it. I've had my own guys just poof off that many times, and I hate it.
This is also the guy that the first time I met him, he had a Witch King and he spent like 5 will on a Transfix on his Witch King. I just have to I have to say that.
You would
first.
do that shit.
But
dude.
also, I don't know what the replacement is, but I get it. I understand.
That's sick. I love it.
Evil is a bit stinky. I wish there was another way to represent it, but I don't know what it is, but I kind of like it.
So we love Black Riders, huh?
What the? How was it got to do with it?
It's because they don't pop, right? The Will
No,
of
no, no.
Evil.
But I'm saying if
Just saying.
I don't know how to replace it or how to represent that whole aspect of the further they are away from Sauron.
I
the
get you
weaker
don't
they
know how to
are.
replace it, but at this present moment, friggin' that it should be a hot take. Because holy mackerel, these guys need to pop and go. They need to be resource
Black Riders
managed.
themselves is its own thing.
But
That's
no.
its
But the
own.
point being is the Ringwraiths should be resource managed. Like it's a part of the model. They get so much value out of it. The Witch King gets so much value of the crown. In theory, he has so many tools in his shed. He should have to resource manage.
What I was kind of thinking, maybe a bit harder to manage, is instead of when they have no will, they disappear. They stick around, but they're just not as capable, whether it be their fight value decreases, maybe their, I don't
No
know,
Harbinger.
no Harbinger, their strength value decreases. Just like it brings them from up here when they've got the will. Almost like it was in like 40k, where there's like, is it maybe dreadnoughts and shit, where as they lose wounds,
got
they
tables.
get
Wound tables.
yeah. Something along the lines of that would be kind of cool, depending on how much will they have. It's like
How
cool.
much will they have? Ooh.
I like that.
We've got 15 will. I don't fucking know. They cast Transfix on a 3+. Cool. They've got 10 will. They cast Transfix on a 5+, or that kind of.
Yeah, and then like their Harbinger, instead of being 12, decreases to 6 once they get to 5 will or
I'm
something.
glad
I
we
like
can come
that.
to like a cool. Cause I'm proud of us. I still think it's like a 2. It's still a very spicy take.
Yeah.
But,
Look at that. Friends being friends.
Wow.
Bye. I just want to listen to Mr. I miss this boy. This is the.
He said he misses you today as well.
Okay, lads, brought to you by the lingerie segment at Kmart, because I'm here with the missus at the moment.
That's all I needed.
Guys, it's been 18 years, and Bat Swarms are still the best warrior in the game. It's not a close.
Okay, let's try and like quick. Who's even close? Spectres
Warrior.
and Sentinels.
Sentinels,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And
Bjornings.
Bjornings are definitely up there.
Half trolls.
Camels or half trolls, yeah. Half trolls are pretty stonk. They just don't get enough. They don't see enough play because usually you're just going for camel spam.
Sons of Earl. No.
Reavers.
Dale Bowman.
Nah, get them out of here. Stop it.
I think
of
Reavers
Dale?
are up there genuinely.
No.
Wog Marauders.
Are better than us back.
The only thing that everything that's been mentioned that I want to like somewhat link and think is in the same caliber of the Bat Swarm was the Bjornings. Everything else, like Reavers, phenomenal, love them.
Yeah, they're not as good as Bat. I think Spectres are up there. Though.
Spectres
are very good.
Spectres, Sentinels,
The Bats are
100%.
so versatile. They just do so much.
The only reason why the Bats are above them is because they're 12-inch fly.
Well, stop calling for like
That's it.
rounding down for some random reason.
Was it the only thing in the game
It's
that
the only
rounds
thing.
down? Yeah, mental.
Completely agree.
Yep, Matt Todd is spot on with that one.
Yep.
Hot fresh take here, straight from the bakery. If you're running a front to back shield wall with a static gun line, you're uncreative, and your army's going to get nerfed. I'm talking to you, Arnold players.
Yeah, my man.
Oh, baby. You had me at hello.
Straight from the bakery.
Is there anything to say?
Nah, that's just fucking sick. I agree.
He's bang on.
You're sitting there at 33% burn limit with a 5+ save, and you're like, "Oh, this is it. Let's run it. Let's run it as I don't move." One.
Yeah, it looks like you've got something to say, my guy.
No. I'm just saying that I bought a full Arnor army, spent a long time painting it, then this Legion comes out, and I can't bring myself to run it.
Well, I'm glad you moved on to another like really chill army like Easterlings. That's definitely not a boring pike block.
Definitely.
Hey, they're not a static pike, or they're not static, my guy.
They move once they get where they want their static.
No, they're not, my dude.
They move.
Because yours push back and die. Yeah, true.
Damn.
I don't know. I'm just making shit up.
All right, let's see what old mate Sam has to say. Hey.
Hello, it's Sharpie here from the Against All Odds blog. My hot take is that most Witch Kings only need 10 will, and any more will generally just be wasted points. I've written a whole article unpacking the logic and data behind this take. Shameless plug. But in short, most tournament games just don't last long enough to use more than 10 will, unless you're being really reckless with it. And you'll almost always be better off with just taking a few more dudes instead.
Damn.
That is
Damn. It's been a year
spicy.
since you won a tournament with the Witch King.
Far out. Spice. I think if he said the number 12, I'd be saying that's a totally reasonable take. 10 is, I am bereft of will at that point.
10 feels...
is a stretch. 10's a stretch.
I fully agree with 12. And that's more just... Yeah, I like a bit of a
14 is the standard.
contingency.
Like if we're talking like 14 would be like a stone cold sober not hot take. 12 is like maybe 10 is that is a hot take. That is a 3 for me. At like 500 points, maybe you can get away with it. Anything above that, 10 is tough.
I haven't read the article. I really want to go back and read his article now, which keep in mind will be linked in the description below, along with everyone's channels and podcasts and everything, so you can go and find everyone's stuff. But I want to go back and read that article, just because it's. I'm assuming is he just going around throwing one dice?
It's also about like having
with the
I'm
crown.
Pretty sure it's also about having a second spellcaster, because then you drain the opponent's resources even faster. So like Witch King throws out a 1 dice transfix, you spend 1 will or something, then like your Mouth of Sauron does another one, and they get drained even faster. So if you build it properly, then your Witch King doesn't have to do as much.
If you double,
but sometimes
if you double
need to roll
caster,
2 to 3 dice. Sometimes you just need to confirm stuff.
I mean, that's interesting because, like, for me, the whole consensus is that at 500, I'm happy to take 10. As it increases by 50-point increments, you're usually adding on 1 will, typically. So at 650, I can run with him at 13 will.
Yeah.
And as you go up, typically, then you can, after about 750, it's your give or take in terms of if you want to take 15 will or 16, so on and so forth.
Genuine question, Tyler, have you actually used the Witch King?
I have.
Okay, I was just blanked in terms of, I couldn't remember what you used him in.
Brother, I was waiting for that to be full of vitriol.
No. I was genuinely just trying to like go through my like mind library and.
No, Angmar still last year.
Oh, of course.
Because remember, I had to play Isengard Siege Ballista round 1. With a bomb.
Yeah.
Woo.
I recall now.
Next one. Oh,
who is
back
this
in the
fun
GBHL. Who is this? Six boy?
This is your job.
Boy?
Another hot take from Any Heroics. This game is a skirmish game, so the best way to play it, battle companies.
I agreed with him until I didn't.
Well, the thing is, I thought he was about to say you should skirmish, and I was sitting there thinking about Wood Elves moving 8 inches and had flashbacks to Nam. I think battle companies for the first like 10 games is really fun, and then it gets really shit.
Yeah. I love battle companies.
The best way to play it is crazy.
When you're doing battle companies and it's you versus like the NPCs or whatever, that I froth. That's great. As soon as it becomes warband versus warband, that's where I lose a lot of interest with battle companies. But this is what we were kind of touching on earlier about like board size and the best way to play the game and whatnot. 200 to 300 points.
Yeah, battle companies are all on 2x2s and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 3 for me. That's saying it's the best
battle
way to play.
Companies? That's crazy.
Best way. I think it's fun.
That's fun.
Best way to play is crazy.
That was our last one.
Was that it?
Oh,
that was our last one.
Oh my god.
Well, not the last one.
Hot diggity dog. There was one more, but alas, I was incorrect. Shout out to all the other content creators that joined us, from the Green Dragon, Any Heroics, Two Tree Gaming. We had Damer, we had Elias. Shout out to absolutely everyone for partaking in this. This has been an absolute hoot and a holler. So let's leave. From me, from Alex, from Jay, from Tyler, our lovely boy, our citizen of this shithole of a country.
Whoa. To
you, the wider MGG community, and those who are not subscribed, get fucking subscribing right fucking now, because there's like 40 to 70% of you guys are not subscribed, but you still watch them. So just click the fucking button. It's
Sean,
easy.
put up the graph that says like 99% of you aren't subscribed.
Good night. Love you.
So, let me think. What's another hot take? Hot takes. I mean, I feel like I have a lot of takes. The question is if they're hot or not. All right, I got one. Rutabi? Who is Rutabi? And why is she so good? People like to talk about the Dragon Emperor, but at least I'm like, yeah, Dragon Emperor, that's kind of cool, you know? That makes sense. But then, like, Rutabi rocks up and is like, hey, Gothmog, I've got your special rule. I'm like an absolute beast. I'm like better than Legolas, I'm better than Gimli, and no one's ever heard of me before. Nah, get that out of there. Make her like a captain with an extra point of might and a special rule instead. This has been the Conquest Hot Takes.